Welcome to Friday and welcome to a brand new live instalment of Live from the Lanes. As I informed you last week, I'm going to be reporting live from Castleford and maybe sometimes Leeds to give you a behind the scenes look at G3 and what sort of cars that we've got coming through these lanes. I'll take you back in time as we look back at the current week's sales and what went on here at Castleford. I will then move on to talking about next week's sales, discussing Monday's Elite sale and also outlining what else is going down here at Castleford and also across at our WAV and LCV sites in Leeds. And I'll bring on a special guest to give his or her top picks for next week's sale. And this week, it was admin assistant and new rostrum clerk, 𝗟𝗶𝘃𝗀, that I caught up with. So Luke is going to walk us through some of the most exciting vehicles we have in next week. And then I'll bring the live stream to a close with a little behind the scenes look at what's been going on at G3 away from the day-to-day sales. And this week, it's my pleasure to introduce to you another new member of staff, Megan. First up, let's have a look what happened here at Castleford as we saw 3 sales across Monday, Tuesday and Thursday. Monday morning's Elite sale had over 250 lots in it, with a huge chunk of those vehicles winging their way from Motability, along with extremely sought after stock from 𝗟𝗶𝘃𝗀 too. Tuesday's Essential sale that's usually stock that ranges between £2,500 all the way up to £7,500. That saw us auction off 240 vehicles. But we also saw buyers from our Monday sales turn up and bid on vehicles that exceeded £7,500. And the reason for that is because we have started to see more and more Elite vehicles sneak into our Essential sale, which will keep you on your toes. Then on Thursday, we saw Available Car and Oodle steal the show, with Available Car taking over the black lane, and we saw an enormous amount of Oodle vehicles drive through our red lane. So that concludes this week's sales, but don't go anywhere because I've got loads more information about next week's sales because they've hotted up already. Now let's move on to next week's sales, and can I have the graphics for next week's sales please? There we go. Right, so let's go in chronological order and start with Monday's Elite sale. And I'm delighted to inform you that we have a huge 400 lots lined up and ready to go, courtesy of Motability, who've sent us over 230 late and low lots. But we also have sizable batches from a host of vendors, including T2T, Easy Lease, 𝗟𝗍𝘃𝗀, and we have 16 top tier lots from Liquid Fleet. Now let's move across to the black lane, which is directly behind me, because in on Monday, we've got over 120 prime lots from Tesla. Yes, 120. I'm not joking. It's going to be a very, very exciting sale to see on Monday. As always, Tuesday and Thursday see Available Car as the headline vendor. And now on to Wednesday, because we host our second WAV and LCV sale of the year with 210 alternative vehicles passing through our lead site for you to bid on. But from Wednesday onwards, it's not just going to be a WAV and LCV sale, because we've announced a new time slot for bikes and non-runners. So that means that they've been moved from our Thursday economy sale here at Castleford to our lead site, and they'll be auctioned off every fortnight on a Wednesday, and that's starting next week, the 26th of January. And as always, the WAVs are on show at 11 AM and they all come from Motability Operations. The LCVs will start from 2 PM and they've arrived from Euro Car Parts, Oodle, First Response, and we've got a brand new batch of 9 vans from 𝗟𝗶𝘃𝗃𝗃. Now my guest this week to run us through next week's hot picks is rostrum clerk Luke. And it's well known in the office that he knows his stuff when it comes to all things that run on 4 wheels. And I caught up with Luke earlier on in the week to find out what he thought of next week's exciting sales and what you should be bidding on.
So first up from Motability, this grey 𝗟𝗲𝗃𝗃 FR. Now she's done 15,000 miles and she's a grade 2. So next in from Tesla we have the black Mercedes-AMG A35. Now she's a 21 plate, she's done 3,400 miles, she's an automatic, and we've got the spare key and the V5 in for you. Now another car we've got in from Motability is this black 21 plate Volkswagen Tiguan. She's done 4,900 miles, she's a grade 1, and we've got the spare key and V5 for you. And last, but certainly not least, is this orange Tesla Roadster that we've got in from Tesla. Now it's done just over 4,000 miles, and I wish I was the person that had tested this, but it does 0 to 60 in 4.2 seconds, and it does it all silently as well. And just a quick reminder that this massive Land Rover Defender that Ian told you about last week is going through on Monday. So get your proxy bids in, don't miss out. That's it from me. They were my top 5 picks of the week.
A big thank you goes to Luke for joining us this week and giving his opinions on next week's stock. Very knowledgeable indeed. And I'm going to be leaving all the links to every vehicle that Luke mentioned down below in the description. And finally, it's G3 behind the scenes time, and we recently appointed a new member of staff that goes by the name of Megan. Now I already know a lot about Megan because she sits within earshot of me. Probably a good thing for me, but not so much a good thing for her. She's our sales and marketing assistant, and many of our buyers may have already spoken to her on the phone because she's taken to the role like a duck to water. And she's settled in fantastically. But don't just take my word for it, because this week I managed to prise her away from her desk and from her phone to have a few words with her. And here's what she said. Would you mind telling us your name and what you do here at G3?
Hi, I'm Megan and I'm the sales and marketing assistant.
Would you be able to tell us a little bit more about your role here at G3?
So I set customers up when they apply for an account with us. I do checks on them to make sure that they're all compliant, and I also do call lists to tell customers when the sales are.
How do you feel that you've settled in here at G3?
I feel like I've settled in really well. I feel like I'm part of the team and I feel like I've been here years.
What is your favourite thing about working here at G3 Castleford?
So I've always been into cars, and getting to work here I've got to expand my knowledge a lot more on the cars that I like.
Thank you for joining me this week, Megan, and thanks everybody else for either viewing the live stream when it was live or watching it afterwards. As always, we are going to be live from 10 AM from Castleford with our elite sale, and I will leave a link to the catalogue in the description for you to check out. As always, on Friday I'm going to be live from 11 AM for Live from the Lanes, so don't miss it next Friday. Thanks a lot, see you next time.